in the grabbing and rubble. Got me a second, I'm trying to be subtle. We just acting like a dog with a muzzle. See the bagger, put him back in the puddle. We attacking better, stand back.
Tonight, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's the AFC Wildcard round on EA Sports.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the New England Patriots and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into the hands of Bird over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and 3. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Jaguars now with a long field ahead. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And his first carry, he loses the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. That's on the guard, Connor Williams. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. A first carry for Najee Harris. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On 2nd down, it's Harris, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. On 3rd down. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it?
Burns fumbles it, and the Patriots have it. Hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now, but I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Shifts by him. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
They moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. We're scoreless after 1. On 2nd and 12, Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On third down, it's Hines. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better out there.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Throw here. He'll get this off to ETN. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hines. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because
touchdown! A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Jaguars will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense. The Pats at the line ready to go. The last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say they have a lot of confidence in their kicker. So their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah. End zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
3 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll set up a throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give to ETN. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd down and inches. They'll get this into the hands of Bird.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. They'll up to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think the key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hurts. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Flush to his right. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Byron Murphy there on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. Touchdown Jaguars. Deebo Samuel. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jags take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On play action, they'll throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to go down again. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And now out come the Jags. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They run again with Hines. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it.
Quick slant to Brown.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
yeah.
Backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, Worked out.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
An extra point by McCann, up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. McCann's got it teed up. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England's offense set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
A handoff for Etienne.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Now Etienne.
And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Chase Young in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Draw play, ETN. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
New England on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still...
Touchdown! Deebo Samuel saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. McCann's got it teed up. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they'll go back to Smith. This time it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side, complete to Bird. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. Let's go.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. A beautiful fake. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll drop to throw. He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it ends with a New England touchdown. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
He'll drop to throw. He'll drop that underneath ETN. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard work